Hey y'all, I'm out here enjoying the outdoors. I'm trying to sneak some sun in, sneak some outside time in because it's been like raining off and on where I'm living, where I live, and it's literally starting to drizzle on me right now. So I'm hoping that I can record this video before it start pouring down. But I just wanted to do a video um, about something I was reflecting on yesterday, I think it was. So my husband and I, we were driving in a car, and I saw the clouds like out of the front window, and I was looking up at them. And every now and again we do this, especially like being a passenger. So I say that every now and again I'm pretty good at doing this. Like I look around, like I look at things around me. I try not to be so focused on just like what we doing, where we going, just in that busy day to day, hustle and bustle. But I was looking up at the clouds, and I was telling my husband, I was like you ever, when you was a kid, like did you used to look up at the clouds? Because when I was young, I used to just look up at the clouds, like whether I was laying down like on the yard or on the lawn or something like that. I remember looking up at the clouds, and I used to look and see what the clouds reminded me of. Like, be like, oh, that one looked like a person, or that one looked like this, or that one looked like that. And I was reflecting, and I was talking to him about it. I was like, man, I feel like it's crazy because it seems like we tend to spend more time focused on things that are man made instead of things that God created. When I say that, I mean we spend so much time on our phones, computers, tablets, TV, just driving in our cars, driving and getting to the destination, going to a building, whether that be work, wherever, the grocery store. And I just was realizing, I'm like, man, some of the most beautiful things was the things that were put here on the earth. And that's just like nature, like clouds, trees, plants, grass, those things that when I feel like we were young that we really looked at and we were like really interested in, and we spent time. Like I didn't even know back then that I was doing anything, spectacular. I mean, I can't say it's even spectacular, but I didn't really put two and two together. Like, yeah, Lex, you got to go outside, make sure you get some outside time, and just appreciate things. Like I just as a kid, it was something that I found interesting, and it's things I feel like we look at that we used to do as a kid, and then those of us that have children, you might look at kids and be like, oh yeah, that's just what kids do. Like kids do stuff like that, and you might write things off that you see a kid doing. But I feel like it's a lot that we can learn from children and the things that we used to do when we were kids, even if we don't have children or if we're not around children often. We have an 11-month old, and I feel like I learned so much from her. And I really observe her just because she's interesting to me. And obviously, I adore her, I love her. But I also take time to look at her, look at the things that she's doing. And sometimes I get life lessons out of them. I'd be like, why did she do that? And I realize she enjoys so much of life. Like she can't even talk yet. She she's not walking yet. She doesn't have the ability to choose what she wants to do or where she wants to go or say, I want this and I don't want that, even though, she might grab for something she wants. But she just enjoys just the most simple things. Like one of her favorite things to do is clap, like other than playing with her toys. And I was thinking, it's something I remember like it was yesterday for some reason. I know it's had to be probably several years ago, like when I used to watch TV, and that was a long time ago that I used to watch TV. But it was this show they used to have. I'm not sure if they still have it, but it was called Amazing Race. And I remember like it was yesterday. They was on this bus. I guess they get um they would ride these buses, and the buses they had like windows on them. And I remember this lady, they were in like, like a third world country. And this lady, she saw this kid playing with something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something that wasn't exactly a toy. Like they were playing with something like a bucket, something like that. And she started burst out crying. Like she just started crying. She was like, oh my gosh. And like she felt bad that the kid was playing with a bucket. And it's like the kid was having a good time. The kid was really having a good time. They didn't feel like, oh my gosh, this is a bucket. This is all I have to play with. We broke, we poor. You know what I'm saying? But from her eyes, and I felt like she was either from the US or like the UK, where we have a bunch of technology. So kids typically they play with like games, or a lot of kids got phones nowadays. So I feel like in her eyes, she probably, if she could have done it, she would have took the bucket away and been like, here's a PlayStation. Now that's how you have fun. And to a lot of people, that is success, or that's what a kid really needs to have fun. Like something that was, I mean, people created buckets too, but just something that they put in front of us to say, this is what you play with, this is what you have fun with. I'm quite sure that there's no kid that's getting addicted to playing with the bucket. Like, I'm quite sure, I can guarantee you that there's no parent that ever went up to a child's room and was like, listen, you've been playing with that bucket for hours. It's time to come downstairs. Now, with a video game, that I feel like is a very common thing. Like, kids get glued to video games, glued to their cell phones. Like, oh, well, you know, I feel like adults get glued to their cell phones, and a lot of adults game too. And there's nothing wrong with these things, but what I'm saying is we perceive certain things. Like that kid was from a third world country, right? But say they lived in a country that was quote unquote more developed, and you told them what they played with. Like they went to the toy aisle to get things that they play with. Well, if they weren't told what to play with, they would literally just find things, just like little kids, just like our little 11-month-old. They would find things that interest them. Like they just picks up, like she picks up a random thing. Like she doesn't know how to read yet, but she'll pick up a book and she just looks at it. And it's just so interesting to her. And she plays with it for several minutes because it's something that she never had before. But it's us that tell them what they should be playing with, what should make them happy. And I just brought that example up because that kid was really having fun with that bucket. And I feel like we have forgot about the things that we truly have fun doing, that brings joy to us. Like when I was looking at the clouds when we were driving yesterday, well, I wasn't driving, I just was the passenger. It was beautiful. Like it was beautiful. And I do take the time to look at those things, not consciously, but I look, and I love nature. I love looking at like flowers that come up, or, you know, the water. I love things like that. But I don't spend as much time doing it as I do with, I guess, like I should say, man-made things, you know. And I'm just making this video just to say it's certain things that I have to get back to. Like I realized that I knew it. I really enjoy being outside. I love being outside. And I knew this because we take walks all the time, like every chance we could get. But being outside really enhances my happiness. Not having anything specific, just literally being outside, walking around in the sun, in the grass, is something that I truly do enjoy. So I'm just coming on here just to remind people, and this as a reminder to myself. And this is just something that I'm documenting along the journey, that we have to remember those things that truly made us happy. Remember things that truly have value to them. Because I feel like a lot of us, we might feel like we need a certain amount of money to have a good time, or we need certain things like tangible things, what they call, you know, physical things that enhance your happiness. And that's not always the case. Not everybody's going to have fun, you know, being outside. Like some people be like, I'm not an outside person. I'm not an outdoor person. Not everybody will have fun doing that. But there are some things that we used to enjoy, I feel like, that we got away from because somebody might have told us what we enjoy doing. Somebody might have put a phone in front of us with a app, a social media app, and we can just, you know, scroll through this, and that's entertainment. So it kind of gets us away from doing things that we might have did without all of these things. I think that technology is an amazing thing, but it also can be a detrimental thing. Like there's some good things, but there's some bad things about technology. It takes us away. It has the potential to take us away from the things that we would normally be doing if we weren't scrolling all day, or weren't watching TV all day, or weren't, and those things, you got to think about, like, do those things truly contribute to your happiness? Because it'd be like, what else are we doing if we're not doing things that truly contribute to our happiness? A lot of times we're doing things that serve as entertainment in the moment. So I don't know. I just wanted to make that video. It actually stopped sprinkling, so I'm hoping I might be able to get some more time out here before it start raining. I don't know. I just heard something, so it might start raining. But either way, I got a good amount of time out here. But yeah, I'm telling y'all, just take some time. Like, we got to get back to the things that we truly enjoy and really reflect on the things that we enjoy that bring joy to us. Because I don't know. It's like I could practically say this in every video, but like getting caught up in day-to-day hustle and bustle, going to work, going to the store, cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, just everything. Of course, taking care of kids. And the crazy thing is, one of my daughter's favorite things to do is go outside. Like, we take her outside whenever we can. And it's one of her favorite things to do. So it's cool that sometimes with your kids, you can do things that you enjoy too. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video just to say, look, we gotta find just those small things. Like, I feel like it's not just gonna be this one thing that be like, oh my gosh, like now I've got this thing and now happiness is upon me. It's just like all these different things that come together that create like little pieces of joy in our life that just contribute, I feel like, just to a better quality life. That's what I'm out here trying to get. That's what I'm out here, and I will get it. Y'all gonna get it too. We're gonna get it together. But yeah, that's it, y'all. I'm so grateful that it didn't rain the whole time I was out here. I'm so grateful. I'm hoping the sun come back out so I can get some of that sun too, because sun is vital for your health. We gotta get out here and get the sun. So that's all, y'all. Get out here, and hope y'all have a good day. And if y'all somewhere where it's nice, most likely you are, because where I live, it's one of the coldest climates. So where y'all at is probably much sunnier here. So make sure you get out, enjoy some weather, and then really think about the things that you truly enjoy. Think about the things that can contribute to happiness in your life, and do it.